So I've been carving away at this using the traditional methods that I've shown in my other videos, keeping the steep wall here. I actually did put the sanding disc that came with it and actually held up pretty well onto the ArborTech-Mini and just smooth this out a little bit, which is going to save me quite a bit of sanding time. Another thing I was trying to do here is put a stepped edge on the bottom of this bowl, and you can see kind of how that's going. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to follow this around on this side, so the bowl is going to have a nice steep stepped edge. I'm not really sure how deep I'm going to go, just kind of doing it by eye and by hand. And I've never used this tool before, and you know, I did a pretty decent job. You can see it's a little bumpy here, but that'll smooth right out. And I haven't made any disastrous mistakes yet. The tool has some pretty fine control as long as you hold it tight. And I think I might go just a little bit deeper, and hopefully I won't live to regret that. And I'm going to keep going. I'll show you a little bit of the stepping process, and hopefully no mistake. Okay, that last little bit I wouldn't recommend. I did that without clamping it, just to kind of even the sides out here a little bit. But you can see how easy that is to work with. What I really would like to do though, and when I do a lot of stuff freehand, and then I kind of go back and fine tune it, but I never try to make anything perfect unless it's something that's, you know, furniture or something like that. These kind of things I'm just winging it, but I like that to be a little bit more even. And you can see, you know, freehand, you're going to have these kind of things, but it's easy enough to clean that up, and I'm going to go ahead and clean that up. So that's a little straighter, and you know, the rest of this stuff I'm just going to clean up with a sander and some 40 grit, which will clean that up pretty quickly here. I'm going to go ahead and go back to my conventional ArborTech to just kind of get these rounds a little bit more round, which is just a little bit of fine tuning, and then I'm ready for sanding. Although, you know, it's really tempting. You never know when to stop. I think I'm going to mess with the turbo here a little bit more, the Turbo Mini, and just try to make this a little bit straighter here. And the bottom is just got a little bump right there. I'm going to try to take that down. Let's see if I can't mess this up. Hey, I don't think I could think of another way to do that as quickly as you can with this tool. I really kind of am starting to like it. And as usual with all of these things that I make, it's going to require a lot of sanding, but it's pretty uniform, and it's got some steep walls, which, you know, as I said, you really can't make with the turbo plane full-size one, because it's just a little bit too deep and a little bit too steep. So you end up with a curve here where this is a little bit more edgy. So now it's just clean up the sides and sand the heck out of it, and I'll come back on and show you the finished product. So I think you all know how to sand by now. Bye. Okay, so here's the finished product. The ArborTech-Mini let me carve a nice deep, flat, steep edged bowl with the raised base that I was looking for, and I've sanded it. Sanding in here is a little bit tough. I'll do a little bit of that more by hand. And what I typically do after I finish sanding for quite a bit is I'll take some low odor mineral spirits you can get at Home Depot or wherever, Lowe's, and I'll just wipe it down to get the dust off. I also blow it off with a compressor, and when I do that I can see what kind of grain I've got. Also, I can look at it more closely and see if there's any sanding scratches that I want to take out prior to putting in finish. It gives you a nice sense of what you're going to end up with when you finish the bowl. So I'll just do that on the edge here, on the bottom. Let's take a look at that. Where's the camera? And you can see it's got pretty nice grain. Alright, thanks for watching.